It's a tale as old as time, or at least as old as real estate listings. You excitedly put your home on the market. Imagine the flood of eager buyers ready to outbid each other for your slice of paradise. Instead, weeks pass, then months, and that for sale sign in your yard starts to feel more permanent than your mailbox. And then your listing agreement with the agent expires and your house goes off the market. Now, the calls from real estate agents promising they can get the job done are nonstop. And at this point, you're skeptical. You've heard it all before, and frankly, you are tired of the runaround. If your home didn't sell, it usually comes down to one of three things. One, the price wasn't right. Two, the home didn't get enough exposure. Or three, the presentation didn't make the right impact. If the issue is price, the solution is simple. You don't need a new agent, just adjust your price. But if your home's lack of movement stems from poor marketing and presentation, that's where a strategic approach can make all the difference. In this episode, I will cover the common culprits behind poor marketing and presentation that lead to a stale listing and how you can turn things around before your property becomes the real estate version of an expired carton of milk. First, let's talk about the importance of time on market. Before we dig into why your home isn't selling, let's talk about why it matters, beyond you just wanting to move on. The longer a house sits on the market, the more buyers start to side eye it with suspicion. What's wrong with it, they wonder? Why doesn't anyone else want it? Is it haunted? Does it come with a basement full of clowns? Probably not, but you never know. I looked at sales in our MLS over the last 30 days at the recording of this video. As you might expect, homes that sell within the first 30 days typically fetch the best price. The median sales price as a percent of the original list price was 98.62%, meaning a seller typically sold for 1.38% off their list price. So on a $400,000 home, that seller would have sold for $394,480. But when you look at homes that took 31 to 60 days to sell, things change a lot. The median sales price as a percent of the original list price dropped to 95.86%. So that same $400,000 listing now sold for over $10,000 less at $383,440. And then for homes that sold within 61 to 90 days, it changed a little more to a median sales price where the median sales price to original list price was 94.29%. So now that $400,000 home would have sold for $377,160. And what happens if you take longer than 90 days to sell? Well, it gets a little bleak. The median close price as a percent of the original list price drops to 90.82% on those homes. We're dropping over $31,000 compared to those homes that sell in a month. Now, one of the reasons behind this is the people who are willing to pay the most for your home are those who have been looking in the market and haven't found what they're looking for yet. They've seen what's available. They know the market and they know it well. They know when something is worth jumping on. List for too much and they'll say, nah, we'll just wait for the seller to drop their price. List for the right price and they say, finally, we'd better get it before anyone else. So if you want to maximize your home's value, speed is your friend. Now let's figure out why your house is lingering longer than leftovers in the office fridge. Possible issue number one, we've talked about it, the price is too high. The number one reason homes don't sell is overpricing. It's simple. If your home costs more than others with better features, buyers won't bite. Worse yet, online search filters often work in 25,000 to 50,000 increments, meaning a home priced at 505 might not even be seen by buyers looking at homes up to $500,000. So what do? Well, you'll need to make a price reduction. If your home has already been on the market for a while, simply relisting at the same price won't change buyers' minds. Those who have already seen it have likely ruled it out, and new buyers will see its history and assume it's been sitting unsold due to being overpriced or some other problem. A price reduction gives existing buyers a reason to take another look, while signaling to new buyers that your home is now a better deal. Have your agent sit down with you and go through comparable sales that have sold recently. Look at the differences in detail. Trust your agent and their experience with the market. You may have just installed the most expensive special carpet throughout your entire house. But if that's not something the market is interested in, you can't put that upgrade into your price. And don't get too caught up with what's currently listed as active on the market. I tell my clients active listings are la la land for sellers. It's what sellers hope to get. Pending sales show us the prices that encouraged people to make an offer, but we still don't know if the offer was at asking price or maybe 10% off. Solds. Solds are the tea leaves. Solds are what appraisers look at. Sold homes give you an actual read on the market. Online estimates can be wildly inaccurate. I'm looking at you, Zillow. Possible issue number two, you missed the market peak. Timing matters. If you listed your home when demand was high, but the market shifted, Your home might now be competing against newer, better price listings. So, what to do? Well, stay informed on market trends. Compare your home to new listings. Are they priced lower or offering better features? Consider adjusting your price or offering incentives like covering closing costs. Possible issue number three, buyer feedback is screaming, "Fix me." If multiple buyers walk through and make the same complaints, take the hint. Common deal breakers include cosmetic issues that will require more work from the buyer to fix than they want to take on. Maybe you have a strange layout or poor lighting that needs to be addressed. And staging issues like too much furniture, clutter, or taste specific decor choices. So, what should you do? Well, be open minded to the recommendations of your agent. Maybe you need to make a few improvements. Maybe you need to move some furniture around. Maybe you need to start packing your things away. You're going to move anyway, so why not start now? And you might say, well, my previous agent didn't tell me to do anything. So you might not think there's an issue here. However, understand that well meaning agents sometimes avoid tough conversations with sellers about staging and personal design choices because they don't want to offend or hurt your feelings. While their intentions may be kind, this actually does a huge disservice to you, the seller. You're paying for their expertise, not just their willingness to agree with you. Think of it like going to a doctor. If you go in to find out why you're not feeling well, you expect the doctor to give you honest feedback, even if that means that now you have to cut back on sweets or get more exercise. If they sugarcoat the truth because they don't want to upset you, it doesn't help your health. The same applies to selling your home. If your agent isn't honest about your decor or your clutter or outdated finishes that are turning off buyers, you're missing out on valuable feedback that could help you make necessary changes that could get your home sold. A fresh coat of paint, professional staging, or simply rearranging furniture to make a space feel bigger and brighter can make a significant difference in how buyers perceive your home. It's not about changing your style, it's about making your home appealing to the widest possible audience. So, work with an agent who will give you honest, professional advice. Be open to constructive criticism. Buyers don't have the emotional attachment that you do. And invest in minor upgrades and staging to improve your home's appeal. Possible issue number four, you're attracting the wrong buyers. Not all buyers are willing to take on a fixer-upper. If your home needs serious work, you might be marketing to the wrong crowd. What to do? Consider investors. Investors might be more willing to purchase a home needing substantial repairs. Keep in mind, buyers, including investors, always pad the costs they'll think they'll incur to fix up the home and take that off your bottom line. If you want the work done, but don't want to pay up front or don't have the money to pay up front, we actually offer a service to buyers through a partner of ours that removes the barriers of pre-sale renovations by doing all the work, and you don't have to pay until closing when your home sells. Possible issue number five. Your listing photos look like they were taken with a potato. Most buyers start their search online, and bad photos are an instant turnoff. If your listing photos are dark, blurry, or showcase the wrong angles, you're sabotaging your sale. Make sure your agent uses a professional photographer. This should be a non-negotiable. Consider adding a 3D virtual tour or video walkthrough. All of our listings, regardless of price, get a 3D tour and a video walkthrough, because it makes such a big difference for keeping people engaged on your listing and creates more interest in your home. Possible issue number six. Your marketing is stuck in 1995. Simply putting your home on the MLS is not enough. If you're relying on yard signs or newspaper ads, you're missing out on a huge pool of buyers. Leverage social media, Google search ads, and YouTube video tours. Work with an agent who has a comprehensive marketing strategy. The goal of marketing should greatly increase the frequency rate at which people see your home across multiple touchpoints. To get a sense for a marketing mix that an agent could use, you can see our suite of services by going to marketing.thecrestedgegroup.com. And you'll also find a case study there to see how we helped a recent seller in an oversaturated market stand out and sell. Possible issue number seven, you're being a helicopter seller. And you know what? I am a helicopter mom, so I totally understand that compulsion to want to make sure everyone knows what they're supposed to do and is doing everything the right way. However, if you insist on hovering over every showing or micromanage all the details without trusting the pros, you might be holding yourself back more than you realize. What to do? Give buyers space. Let them imagine the home as theirs without you following them around. Be flexible with offers. If a buyer asks for small concessions, consider the bigger picture and your big goal. So now what? What happens next? If your home isn't selling or didn't sell while it was listed, don't panic, adjust. Here's a game plan. Reassess your strategy. Is pricing the issue? Is it staging, marketing? Relist with a fresh approach, new photos, new price, new energy. Work with an experienced agent who knows how to put a strategic plan together for you. The bottom line, selling a home can be frustrating, but there's always a solution. Pricing smart, marketing effectively, and making the right improvements can turn your listing from stale to sold. And remember, every home has a buyer. You just need to make sure they see your home in the best possible light, literally and figuratively. And by the way, if we have not met yet, I am Jennifer Templeton. I'm a realtor and broker associate with the Crest Edge Group at Keller Williams Rockwell. And our group works with buyers and sellers all over the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. If you're thinking about making a move, we would love to be your real estate resource of choice and earn your business. You can call or text me directly to 214-803-4444 or send me an email to jennifer@thecrestedgegroup.com to get started. And by the way, we found out from our staging video, which, side note, we made a staging video that has over 50,000 views on it at this point, and it's helping a ton of people get their homes ready for the market. And we are helping people all over the country. So if you are looking for an agent like us with a similar approach to presenting and marketing homes, we can connect you to one in our national network who lives where you are. I'll have a link in the show notes, but you can also go to topagent.thecrestedgegroup.com to get connected. And if you liked this video, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more real estate insights, and check out our next video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.